So I went to watch my friend's son play baseball this weekend, and suddenly a tiny niney was born.
Eensy weensy teeny weeny tiny niney.
Opening day of the Arapahoe Youth League season, and my main man, Matthew, that's what I'm talking about. First career home run is an inside the park rocket to straightaway center field. As Matt was circling the bases, all arms and legs, I was happy to capture the moment on my cell phone, you know, just in case, in the unlikely event his mom missed it. Her name is Kathy Sabin, perfectly positioned against the backstop. However, Kathy's version looks a little different. She got the swing all right, but then complete hysteria sets in. From that point forward, it looks like a combination of a storm chaser in the middle of an F5 tornado and the Blair Witch Project. Even so, a fabulous, memorable, and heartwarming eensy weensy, teeny weeny, tiny.
How about that sound, huh?
Right? Strange but Drew. Arkansas State wide receiver Booker Mays took the fake and fake punt a bit too literally this weekend. Mays faked his own death on 4th and 5 against Miami. Strange but Drew. Texas Rangers slugger Prince Fielder is having such a great season that even when he hits a foul ball, it destroys something. Last night was a tray of nachos that exploded all over a woman sitting in the upper deck, sprayed liquid cheese all over her jersey and hair. Fielder has a long and crunchy history with ballpark nachos. While playing for the Detroit Tigers, Prince chased a pop fly into foul territory, spotted a large tray of chips in somebody's hand, and helped himself to a light snack. Strange but Drew. Hey, have I ever mentioned how much I love sports?
Yes.
Well,
you
I
have
do.
all the time.
Thanks for the enthusiasm. Now more than ever, because 88-year-old Lou Dunlap got visibly upset at Rocky's fantasy camp when a high inside fastball nearly hit him in the helmet, and before Dunlap took his base, he carried his bat towards the mound. Strange but Drew. Emphasis on but. Belgian soccer player Javier Martos got tripped and fell awkwardly on his backside tonight. Hurt so much that the team trainer came rushing out to the pitch and blasted Martos with deep freeze spray. And as if it wasn't humiliating enough to have his tush blitzed with what appeared to be a converted fire extinguisher, it seemed as if the treatment was more painful than the actual injury. To Javier's credit, he stayed in the game, but nobody scored, and it ended in a 0-0 tie. Strange, but Drew.
And there's still smoke coming out of his shorts.
We should not laugh
Yeah.
at a man's pain.
Yeah, man hurt his tailbone there.
Pop quiz, time for tonight's Drew or False question. True or false, six-time Masters champion Jack Nicklaus, who today, at the age of 75, sank a hole-in-one at the par 3 contest in Augusta, Georgia, has recorded more aces than anybody else in golf history. True or false, Nicklaus is the all-time leader in major tournament championships and holes-in-one. The correct answer is... It's false. Nicklaus only needed one shot to sink his ball 20 times in PGA competition, fewer than half of the total of 1959 Masters champ Art Wall, who holds the record with 45. Those black net backstops are great. So much easier to watch a ball game through than chain link fence, but clearly more dangerous. Strange but Drew, just a few days ago, my own wife was standing behind home plate, leaning against the net, taking a picture of our son hitting when she was nearly knocked out by a foul ball. Everybody in the crowd thought it was pretty funny, except her. But you gotta give the lovely Dee Soicher credit. She stayed in there, didn't flinch or bail out, and snapped a terrific photograph with the ball coming right at the lens. Strange but Drew. Nobody can adequately fill the flippers of Gidget, the recently retired sea lion, but I think you're really going to like Nick's picks. Nick is Gidget's much younger friend. The two share a pool at the Denver Zoo. He's considerably bigger and more energetic than Gidget. Problem is, Nick's got a bit of an attitude and doesn't seem too interested in swimming after my stupid footballs. The zookeepers are working with Nick and assure me he'll be ready by opening day of the regular season.
He's mocking you.
Mocking you. Or he's saying, get those balls out of my pool.
Exactly. Dive in here yourself,
Sports
idiot.
guy.
Put a football on your nose, you moron.
There you go.
Nick the Sea Lion proves tonight that he is not the least bit camera shy.
Let's go with Drew to the Denver Zoo. It's time for Nick's Picks.
Let's do this, big boy. San Diego Chargers or Denver Broncos? Oh, there goes Nick. The Broncos ball is way out there. And he went to get it. Oh, he's checking out the camera. Posing, you big sexy thing. Look at the showman. Atta boy. Broncos. Hey, have I ever mentioned how much I love sports?
Yes.
Well, I do. Now more than ever, because the strangest things remind you of great moments in sports history. For instance, did you see 9 News at 6 o'clock? My close personal friend Kathy Sabin was delivering the forecast when suddenly she turned into Beyonce during the Super Bowl 47 halftime show. That's Kathy on the right, Beyonce on the left. Very difficult to tell them apart. Each using one of those giant stage fans to blow their hair around. Even their performances were nearly identical. Watch this. Oddly enough, both Kathy and Beyonce end their dance routines like this, with a little kiss. I love sports. Have I ever mentioned how much I love sports?
Yes.
Well, now would be a good time. Because how cool is this? Earlier tonight on 9 News, I mentioned it was Philadelphia Phillies star Roy Halladay's 35th birthday, and that he learned to pitch by throwing into a mattress in his family's Arvada basement. Well, amazingly, Mindy Donaldson, the woman who purchased the home from the Hallidays, was watching and sent me a couple of pictures, along with a note reading, "Everything is as it was when we moved in 10 years ago." We are going to play Drew's Clues. Clue number 1, he's the crown-wearing official mascot of the Kansas City Royals who's been entertaining fans for the past 30 years. Clue number 2, he likes to shoot hot dogs wrapped in aluminum foil into the crowd from a giant wiener air gun. And clue number 3, he's being sued by a man who claims he was struck in the eye by a flying Frankfurter, causing damage to his retina. The answer is Royals mascot Slugger. 3 R's. As if Slugger wasn't having a bad enough day. I dropped his bobblehead doll when I was coming into work today, and his head popped right out. See that?
That's
Well,
a
better
really
than a Frankfurter
bad day
in
for
the retina,
Slugger.
though.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
That's
Just
right.
as painful, though. We are going to play Drew's Clues.
Phil Mickelson.
Matt Holliday.
All right, we're done. Clue number 1, he finished at 16 under par to win the Masters golf tournament this weekend by 3 strokes over Lee Westwood. Clue number 2, he became just the 8th golfer in history to win that major tournament 3 or more times. And clue number 3, his wife, Amy, who was battling breast cancer, was strong enough to greet him after his winning putt on the 72nd hole with a kiss. The answer is Masters
Phil
champ.
Mickelson.
Phil
Yay,
Mickelson.
I hit one after
was a
50
guess.
years.
How about that?
This was a
After
great
50
moment,
years.
by the way. That
That
was a
was
signature
sweet.
moment.
All
Golf
week
needed
long, the
that.
attention is on Tiger Woods and his infidelity scandal.
That's right.
And look who wins, the big family
People
man.
were so happy
all
to
good.
see
Yes,
him
they
win,
Tiger's
though.
arch rival wins the thing. Pop quiz, time for tonight's True or False question. True or false, former Olympic silver medalist Jamie Balch, a 37-year-old sprinter from England, used his 10-length head start to beat thoroughbred racehorse Peopleton Brook in the 100 meters. True or false, man versus horse, man wins. The correct answer is... Yeah, it's false.
The horse
Balch
beat you,
got
too.
whooped, but the race did raise $15,000 for charity. Jamie needed to start right next to the finish line to even have a chance. Pop quiz, time for tonight's True or False question. True or false, Rocky shortstop Troy Tulowitzki, who blasted 2 home runs during tonight's victory over the Reds, hasn't cut the hair in the back of his head this entire baseball season. True or false, Tulo started growing his beautiful mullet in April and hasn't had a trim since. The correct answer is...
Drew.
It is Drew. Tulowitzki calls it bad hair for a good cause. He promised to go all season without a buzz to encourage donations to the Children's Hospital and Special Olympics. For his participation in the program, Troy is the Rockies' nominee for baseball's Roberto Clemente Humanitarian Award.
Good for
It's
him.
just remarkable how realistic some of these bobblehead dolls are.
Let me just show you. That's your creation,
looks
pretty
like a
much.
skunk.
That's
Don't
not
do
good.
it to him.
Hey, it's not my fault. I
Drew
grabbed a
is
bobblehead
too.
doll, and tonight he had a mullet.
You stuck that hairball on there.
I did not. Tonight, he'll wear his Broncos uniform for the last time in his career. But first, it's curtains for retiring star running back Terrell Davis.
9 News proudly presents Bobblehead Theatre with your host, Drew Soicher.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Bobblehead Theater, America's only spring-loaded talk show. I'm Drew Soicher, and we're thrilled to welcome our guest today, Denver Broncos star running back Terrell Davis. TD, welcome to Bobblehead Theater. Great to see you're still smiling despite the knee injury.
What am I supposed to do? I'm taking everything in stride, and hey, I'm like, whichever way the wind blows, I'm fine with it.
How is it you're able to stay so positive?
I've reflected on a lot of things that I've done, and things that I'm going to do. And football's great, but it's not everything in life. I mean, you know, it was fun while it lasted. If this is meant to be the end, then hey, it was meant to be the end.
Sounds like you're leaning towards retirement.
You know, believe me, I would love to play, but again, I can't. My mind doesn't play football. My body does, and if it's not cooperating, then hey, you know, I gotta find something else to be an All-American or a Pro Bowler at, you know?
Terrell Davis, get well soon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Drew Soicher, and until next time on Bobblehead Theater, it's curtains.
Bobblehead Theater, an exclusive presentation of 9 News.
Over the course of his remarkable football career, Davis has made appearances on The Late Show with David Letterman, Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, Sesame Street, and now Bobblehead Theater. Gidget the Sea Lion and I have been seeing each other regularly for about 5 years now, so we figured it was time to take our relationship to a new level. Last game of the regular season, Gidget. It's the Denver Broncos and the San Diego Chargers. Finish strong, Gidget. Finish strong. Whoop, fumble. Gidgey recovers with the nose. Look at this. Look at this balancing act. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. A kiss on the cheek. How about a kiss right here? How about a kiss? How about a high five? Now how about a kiss? Oh, I love you too. Normally I'm not much for public displays of affection,
understand, yeah.
but I think most people knew anyway.
You kids like puzzles?
Yeah!
We used to play Drew's Clues, where puzzle pieces would disappear to reveal the answer.
Did people like it?
Drew Soicher Sports.
I think I hear the ice cream truck.
It never gets old.